Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place to find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. So sit back and relax because today we're going to be talking tech in a language that's easy to understand. You might want to take some notes because we always have helpful hints on how to do tech. With that, we're going to get started this morning, and I'm passing the baton to my friend and colleague. What's up, friend?
Hey, Terry, how are you?
All is well.
All right. We're going to get started with a little tech history. Then we're going to talk about some tech that's making history. So I'm going to start with December 2nd, 1991. Apple releases a version 1 of QuickTime. Now, some of you have QuickTime. If you're using an Apple device, QuickTime is on that. But I believe this was open to other people. So let's see what the story says. QuickTime is a multimedia extension for playing color video, transforming the capabilities of personal computers. Before QuickTime, only specialized computers could play color video. QuickTime allowed anyone with a personal computer to do so, and it changed the history of computing in more ways than one. It was the patent infringement battle over QuickTime that led to the now famous truce between Steve Jobs and Bill Gates in 1997 that helped Apple survive long enough to transform itself in the 2000s. So, very. All right, everybody, you know you got to have one. It's for Christmas. Well, it was for Christmas back in 2001. December 3rd, inventor Dean Kamen unveils the Segway.
Oh.
The self-balancing battery-powered vehicle. He introduced that on the TV show Good Morning America. The Segway uses computers and motors in its base to keep itself upright while the user is riding it. Users shift their weight to control the Segway. While not considered a commercial success, the Segway has definitely become a familiar icon of personal transportation. And I've seen these in
I saw this in what you call them, cop, mall cop.
right.
Right.
And you ride in the, I'm like, okay, very interesting.
It's almost like an electric scooter
Yes.
or riding a rumba with a with a handle.
Right. It is like it's pretty much gets you faster than walking, apparently. Also, we're going to go out into space a little bit.
Oh.
The Hubble Space Telescope servicing begins. The spaceship shuttle Endeavour captures the Hubble Space Telescope to begin the first servicing mission of the flawed satellite. Over the next 5 days, this was December 4th, 1993, over the next 5 days, a variety of repairs and upgrades were completed, most notably the installation of the corrective optics space telescope axle replacement, COSTAR. Okay, that's a lot. They got to learn how to shorten names. And the Wild Field and Planetary Camera 2, WFPC2. Again, we need to help y'all with some ways to capture that better.
We're supposed to know what the WFPT whatever is.
It's
that is the short name.
It's wild. Yes, Wide Field and Planetary Camera 2.
There you go.
Okay. So those modules that together were able to compensate for the flaw in Hubble's main mirror. Once these corrections were made, the Hubble Space Telescope was, after 3 years, finally able to fulfill its promise of delivering detailed imagery that was not possible with Earth-based telescopes.
Okay.
Okay.
This is good. I mean, you want to be able to see where you're going.
Uh, okay, so Goner worm hits the internet, and this was December 4th, 2001. It was disguised as a screensaver and spread through an infected user's Microsoft Outlook email software.
Mm-hmm.
The Goner worm spreads through the internet at a pace second only to the love bug virus that previous year. Goner was estimated to have caused about $80 million in damage.
Wow.
Thus, for the plug here, update your computers when they ask you to update.
Oh my goodness.
And your phone too. Just when they send out the little notification, software update available, please go in and do it. Take the time, make some room, and get it done so that you do not have to suffer the effects of some nefarious people. December 5th, 1969, the University of Utah becomes the fourth node on the ARPANET. This completed the planned original nodes on the experimental network that would eventually evolve into what we now know as the internet. Okay, that's December 5th, 1969. Wow. Very interesting. Okay, so we talked about Apple and QuickTime. December 6, 1994, Apple sued the San Francisco Canyon Company, alleging that they helped Intel and Microsoft steal code developed under contract for QuickTime for Windows. Apple first released QuickTime for the Macintosh in December 1991, and then contracted the San Francisco Canyon Company to port QuickTime to Windows in 1992. Microsoft's competing video for Windows technology was not as advanced, and when it came out a year after QuickTime in 1993, Intel hired the San Francisco Canyon Company to help them optimize their own video technology. So it sounded like they kind of skimmed some stuff. Later in 1993, Intel and Microsoft combined their efforts to improve video for Windows, releasing a version that was significantly improved, and roughly matched the quality of QuickTime. Apple discovered that the code developed by the San Francisco Canyon Company for QuickTime was also present in the improved version of video for Windows and sued the San Francisco Canyon Company in 1994. In 1995, Apple expanded the lawsuit to include Intel and Microsoft, claiming that the companies knowingly used the San Francisco Canyon Company to help them steal the QuickTime code. It was later revealed that Apple was threatening Microsoft with a multi-billion with a B dollar lawsuit that was famously settled by Steve Jobs and Bill Gates in 1997. This settlement is now believed to have helped Apple survive long enough to transform themselves, ushering in the mobile device revolution and the new world of technology, according to
What can we learn from that?
Protect your stuff. And have you heard of the San Francisco Canyon Company any longer?
No, I haven't. But I do remember studying that when I was studying about computers back in the day.
I was like, wow. The music industry also sued Napster. The Recording Industry Association of America sues the peer-to-peer file sharing service Napster, alleging copyright infringement for allowing users to download copyrighted music for free. The RIAA would eventually win injunctions against Napster, forcing the service to suspend operations and eventually file bankruptcy. In the end, the RIAA and its members would settle with Napster's financial backers for hundreds of millions of dollars. While this was about copyright violation. The bigger picture was for the RIAA was about control.
And the shift from,
Yeah,
yes.
the recording industry in general was caught, according to this author, the author of this post. They said that they were caught with their pants down when it came to digital music and entertainment.
Yes.
They were not prepared for the sudden popularity of digital music downloads that Napster had introduced, and they were not ready with a model to monetize downloaded music. I still don't think they are. I think they're using Spotify, Apple Music, and some other stuff, but I don't think they've come up with their own.
I don't think so either, that I can think of.
Yeah. The lawsuit, along with future lawsuits targeting individuals, was intended to squash the practice of downloading music as much as it was to recover compensation. However, the practice of downloading music could not be stopped as other non-centralized peer-to-peer files sharing services popped up in place of Napster. Faced with the ever-increasing tide of users downloading music for free, eventually the recording industry reluctantly got on board with commercialized music downloading services like the iTunes Music Store.
And what year was that? 2000?
This was 1999.
Mm-hmm.
However, they still got a great deal of control. They still lost a great deal of control over the marketplace. Leveraging the huge success of iTunes, Apple enforced a strict pricing policy, much to the consternation, okay, it's a big word, of the record companies. By creating a de facto pricing standard for downloaded music, Apple became the major powerhouse in the music industry. The runaway success of iTunes also had the effect of Apple displacing established retail and radio outlets as the gatekeepers of popular music. You remember when you had to go to the record store to find out what was new?
Oh, yeah.
Or the
listen to the
radio.
radio.
Yeah, Wolfman Jack and the rest of them
And
had
the
to
top
tell you what was
10 and da da
top,
da da da.
yeah, top 10, top 100 or whatever. It was Saturday or something when you were able to listen to whatever was new.
And they controlled when you heard it and how often you heard it and who got played and who didn't get played. Mm-hmm.
And then here comes this little startup, Napster. And then iTunes Music Store. Now you can play music whenever you want. You can have 1,000 songs in your pocket.
Yes, between the Nano and and the downloads. And also, you had your little CD player. What was that thing you Walkman?
The Walkman, right. With the Walkman, you bought the CD from the record company. They didn't care about,
or out of somebody's trunk. Whatever.
Oh yeah, that too.
Okay, people were burning CDs. Come on. Coming by the barbershop. Hey.
Independent record. This also made it okay. So the regular outlets they disrupted the gatekeepers, and made the ability for artists and independent record companies to distribute their music and gain followings. The ability for artists independent of record companies.
Mm-hmm.
This made it a way for them to disrupt and gain a following, because people started following their the different music people that were not a part of the record label. While the RIAA may have taken down Napster, what Napster started completely changed the direction for both the music and the technology industries. Just give somebody a little bit of a code, okay? December 8th, 1975, Paul Terrell opens the Byte Shop, one of the first retail computer stores in the world. Besides that important distinction, Paul Terrell and the Byte Shop are most famously known for ordering the first 50 computers from Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak's fledgling Apple Computer Company in 1976. So as the story goes, the Steves initially intended the Apple I to be a kit where buyers would solder together the chips onto the circuit board themselves. So glad they didn't stick with that model. Terrell requested that instead they deliver fully assembled computers, as he was having trouble selling other kits to people who couldn't put them together themselves. You think?
You'd think they needed a task rabbit for that. Go ahead.
By insisting on a fully assembled computer, even though the Apple I still lacked a case, power supply, and keyboard, Terrell helped shape the future direction of Apple and the entire personal computer industry. The Apple II was the first personal computer to be manufactured and sold as completely assembled units, making them accessible to the average user, which ignited the personal computer revolution.
Apple was the first? Oh, okay. Wow.
The one that made it the first personal computer to be manufactured and sold as completely assembled.
Yes.
Before, you had to buy it and put it together.
Correct. You had to get your motherboard and all this other stuff. And
oh my gosh.
And then you had to put in the buses, the graphic card, and then there was a card.
It's like, no wonder people was like, and that was smart of the guy to say, look, bring it all together, please.
Could you sew the dress together? So
don't tell me the sleeves and the pocket and the.
Okay.
That's just interesting. So that's tech history. Let's talk about some tech making history.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. I'm gonna do the short versions of these. It's been a bumpy ride. It says hands on the wheel. Okay. This is talking about the future of travel. And this story comes from Tech Brew. It's been a bumpy ride for Cruise, the self-driving car company majority owned by GM. Cruise's latest series of setbacks began on October 2nd when one of the company's robo-taxis in San Francisco dragged a woman underneath the car after she was struck by another vehicle. Cruise acknowledged that although the driverless car stopped when it struck the pedestrian, it pulled to the side of the road and proceeded to drag her 20 feet. And this is reported by Wired. Cruise now could be looking at a fine of up to $100,000 for every time it failed to disclose information to regulators about the incidents, according to Bloomberg. And California state regulators accused the company of misrepresenting key facts about the incident. In August, San Francisco began allowing robo-taxis to carry passengers without restrictions or human supervision. The first city in the country to do so, the Financial Times reported. After the October incident, California revoked Cruise's operating permits and it pulled its robo-taxi fleet off the streets. Cruise had been operating robo-taxis in several other cities, including Phoenix and Austin, with plans to further expand. And this is a quote from them, from their LinkedIn post. The most important thing for us right now is to take steps to rebuild public trust, the company said in a LinkedIn post, announcing the decision to proactively pause driverless operations across all of our fleets. So here's the thing. People have been pushing Tesla. Hurry up. When are you going to give self-driving? When are you going to get self-driving out there? You've been promising that for years. Here's a reason why you just don't rush out and do it.
Okay.
It didn't hit the woman in this. Cruise vehicle didn't hit the woman first, but she got hit by a car, and then it hit her and drug her after she had been hit. A human would have what? Put on brakes, and it did stop.
It did stop.
When it struck the pedestrian. but then it pulled to the side of the road. A human would have stopped and said, "Wait, I can't move."
Mm-hmm.
So the thought, it didn't have enough.
The programming said, get off the road. So
Right.
the car got off the road and parked itself.
But a human would have
Made a
said, "Wait."
different decision.
Yeah, a human would have said, "I can't move because it might hurt the pedestrian, or it might, I ran over something, I can't move," and it stopped. It would have
Mm-hmm.
A human would have stopped. So these little nuances have not been worked out, the little kinks, and therefore we do not see self-driving cars all over the road right now.
Okay.
We're not ready until the car can think like a human. Now I know AI is getting there, but okay.
Or we allow the passenger to just stop the car.
Right.
Some kind of extra fail safe. Um,
But
but still, we don't know what kind of decision that person will make.
right, because they couldn't. How are you going to program for every possible scenario?
Mm-hmm.
It has to have, because there are no two scenarios on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a little bit of, I don't know, it's not political, but I think it's a good story here. Um, Salute to spouses. This is dealing with connectivity. A major mobile provider and a cable and media conglomerate are among the first companies to sign on to a new initiative aimed at lowering unemployment rates among military spouses.
Mm-hmm.
T-Mobile and Comcast NBCU joined 10 other signatories Wednesday at the Chamber of Commerce in Washington, D.C., where First Lady Jill Biden helped announce the 4+1 commitment, which she said is for the husband who feels like he's lost in his purpose, the wife who has to explain the gaps in her resume again and again, and the dad who can't interview because he can't find childcare. The commitment, helmed by military support organization Blue Star Families and the Chamber of Commerce program Hiring Our Heroes, ask businesses to make at least one of the following pledges: facilitate job transfers, make remote work options available, offer flexible work hours, accommodate time off for moves. The commitment also asks employers to consider joining one of the two existing government spouse employment programs. Other participating companies include Starbucks, Nextdoor, and Booz Allen Hamilton. Biden said the private sector led pledge dovetails with President Joe Biden's June executive order that prioritizes military spouses for federal jobs, supports federal job transferability, and other offers a flexible spending account for childcare. But not all spouses work for the federal government, and not all of them want to. They want to work for you, Biden said of the private sector. I want to ask you to reach maybe just a little bit higher and push just a little bit harder, because we don't just need spouses to have jobs. We need jobs. We need them to be able to keep those jobs and turn them into careers. Any thoughts? You're muted.
I thought that was a great effort. Also, I saw the news story about it, and I'm just glad we're doing something for our vets. I'm glad we're doing something for our military, and then helping to support the families that are supporting them, because a lot of them are actually on food stamps. How do you do that? And your spouse is working every day to protect the country.
Yeah, it's interesting. We got a couple of comments here. Mark says the only difference between robo taxis and regular taxis is that when they run over someone, the robo taxi stops.
Well, I mean, if you're under there, you're happy. Right?
But okay, the robo taxi stopped. The other people just keep rolling. Okay, Mark
Mhm.
is funny.
Mhm.
Um, and then he said, "Here's an idea. Let's do that for everyone, not only the military."
Mhm.
Mhm. And we do have these programs set up for other um, groups that we serve.
Hmm.
So we have things set aside for, um, let's say, people who've previously been incarcerated, trying to re-enter the workforce. We got something going on for what we call displaced homemakers, people who've been
Mhm.
laid off or had to move around. There are other programs, and if you are unemployed, you probably fit in one of those programs.
Yeah, but they're making
Commitment.
the major companies. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Doing that, that's pretty good.
I think that's excellent.
Okay, a couple of more. The tech making history. Um, this is talking about speed bumps, and this is the future of travel. The U.S. transition to electric vehicles is about to hit another speed bump, courtesy of new restrictions from China. On October 20th, the Chinese government implemented new export controls on graphite, a key material for EV batteries.
Mm.
China supplied about one-third of U.S. graphite imports, according to the U.S. Geological Survey, and is the world's leading graphite producer. In 2021, it produced about 79% of the world's graphite. Meanwhile, North America produced only 1.2% of the global supply. Though
Wow.
that's likely to increase with graphite mining projects in the works in Alabama and Alaska. It's too soon to say what extent China will use the new rules to crack down on. It's too soon to say to what extent China will use the
Mhm.
new rules to crack down on exports and how the new restrictions will ultimately affect battery costs. But in the short term, some experts expect graphite prices to rise. The timing is less than ideal for the burgeoning US EV industry as companies race to open new battery factories representing billions of dollars in investment. Sam says, I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name, it's really the last thing that anybody wants to see as they're ramping up production of batteries and EVs. He's a principal research analyst at Guidehouse Insights. And he says affordability is one of the primary barriers to EV adoption. And if all of a sudden the battery prices go up because there's some spike in graphite, it makes that harder to sell them.
Mhm.
Uh,
Wow. Well, I guess we'll be seeing less pencils.
but we do have
1.5%.
well, we got more than that because Nevada is full of graphite, so they're going to be
Mhm.
doing
We
batteries.
just got to figure out how to extract it.
Yeah, they've already started doing that. So,
Okay, good. This is
um,
good.
and this is just interesting to me that they're going to pull something like this when we got this whole TikTok issue, which I'm sure TJ is going to be.
Listen, they also came over here and we insulted them. So, that's I'll take the graphic hit. Okay, because they got a real thing about losing face. So that's all. I'm good with that. Okay.
Okay. In another story on connectivity, scam calls, a Verizon unit has agreed to pay nearly 20 million in penalties to settle an investigation into allegations that it may have violated two federal connectivity programs, one aimed at low-income customers and
Mhm.
one that lowered costs during the pandemic. Verizon disclosed the potential program violations after it acquired TracFone in 2021.
Mhm.
The Federal Communications announced Wednesday, resulting in a $23.5 million settlement, including $17.5 million in fines for certain instances related to the low income Lifeline subsidy program and the Emergency Broadband Benefit Program.
Mm.
Track phone systems counted users outside of the FCC's qualifications, inflating subscriber metrics, the agency said. And in some cases, track phone system allowed the inactive customers to remain enrolled in both Lifeline and the EBB. Under program rules, carriers are supposed to begin closing subsidized accounts that are unused after 30 days. TracFone additionally agreed to pay $6 million to resolve allegations that some of its associates inflated subscriber rolls.
Oh, that's who does that sound like? Wells Fargo. Go ahead.
For the Lifeline program and enrolled ineligible or fake customers in Texas while also manipulating data to create fake accounts in Florida. Aside from the settlement, the FCC said TracFone has already paid back some $39 million.
How
The
much did they make? That's what
Exactly.
They made a lot more than that. The
okay.
agency noted that robust checks and balances are critical for ensuring public funds are not subsidizing unused connections.
See, they talk about the government, but we will catch you. And the government's gonna be around a lot longer than you are. So do the right thing.
Okay. You know what's interesting to me is that Verizon bought this company in 2021 or acquired it. They didn't probably understand what they were getting, when you pick up the bag, you didn't realize there was some rotten apples in the bottom.
Exactly.
So that is your week in tech history and tech making history.
Right. Well, you know what? We're going to go straight to TJ because we're like at
I'm not quite ready.
Not quite ready? Okay, well then I will share a couple of videos with you guys real quick.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let me get in here and cue this up.
And I will make some moves over here.
Let's see if I can share my screen. And what do we want to talk about first? I think I'm going to talk about the fact because TJ talked about this last week about the fact that Meta adds topic text to threads. So let's take a look at that.
We added what? Repeat that. I didn't hear that.
Meta added topic.
Oh, topic. Yeah. That was one. That's one of the stories I have
happening now.
Okay.
Save big on
I think we make us watch
fashion,
commercials.
top
You know that,
tech,
right?
Oh yes, I
so
know.
much
Turn
more.
this commercials. Because I didn't have it right where I wanted. Okay, here we go.
In today's Tech Bites, topic tags on threads. Meta is adding them to its ex-competitor, making it easier for people to find conversations that interest them. Threads tags are different than hashtags, though. They contain spaces and special characters, and users are limited to one tag per post. WhatsApp is expanding its self-destructing feature to voice messages. Users will soon be able to send view once voice notes. It's designed to disappear once the recipient hears it. The feature had already been available for WhatsApp photos and videos since 2021. Users of Google Podcasts have just a few months to find an alternative. Google is phasing out podcasts by April.
Wow.
The company is urging users to transfer pod subscriptions to YouTube Music and is offering an export feature to help with that move. Those are your...
Wow. Terry, you're muted.
I mute myself because anyway, for the video to be heard better.
Right.
Yeah, so Google's getting rid of their podcasts. They're doing things with threads, and it's just stuff is going on. So let me just, touch on this, and I'm sure that TJ's going to elaborate on these things. So, TJ, are you ready? Or
just something. One more thing I gotta do.
Okay.
Oh, you don't have any stories?
Well, I do. I have this one about them launching their AI model.
Who?
Google.
They have a new A. Yeah, they got a new A model that's supposed to.
You can bring that one up if you want. I wasn't going to talk about it. But go ahead.
There's so much AI stuff. It's like
right.
I know
It's
just
too much.
everywhere. So let's see. Let's go there. Let's go here, and hopefully this is cued properly.
I think so, but they're gonna make a commercial, right?
Makes me a great
They're
catch.
gonna
That's
make
a good
us
question.
watch a couple.
I know what my less desirable traits.
And now, if y'all want to know about Match, I'll turn the sound back on. But I think we're good. Okay, so hold on. They'll be there in a second.
It is really interesting how they just do that.
My dreams,
How
my
they're
goals,
making us-
ambitions. I want to just sit
Yeah,
there.
you
yes,
guys like,
I'm ready to
four,
partner up. Ready
three,
for match?
two,
Adults
two,
eat butter.
One, yeah.
In today's Tech Bites, Google has launched its most powerful AI model. It's called Gemini, and it has 3 different sizes. Google claims the Gemini Pro, the most capable, outperformed OpenAI's latest GPT 3.5. The company plans to license Gemini to customers through the cloud. Meta is finally making good on a long-ago promise, launching end-to-end encryption for one-on-one chats and calls on Messenger. The company claims that when the feature is enabled, only you and the person you're messaging can see the contents. And good news for iPhone 13 and 14 users, your phones are about to get faster wireless charging. A new software update expected next week will reportedly offer the same wireless charging support as the iPhone 15. The software is said to be faster than the original version, which is great because I hate charging my phone. I find it positively revolting.
Okay, was he trying to make jokes? Oh my gosh.
Who knows?
He was trying to make a joke, and I'm like,
he's trying to make jokes.
it was positively revolting. Okay, dude, really? Okay, we'll give him a pass. He needs to keep.
Those are the Tech Bites from ABC News. So I just wanted to share that because they sort of condensed them into sentences.
We have comments here from Mark. Mark says, corporate America stands tall, remaining a shining beacon of truth, respect, and integrity.
Talking about Verizon and ripping off the government.
And whoever this Facebook user, let us know who you are, because sometimes it doesn't come through like it should. All these are more reasons to own your own IP and remain platform agnostic.
Wow. Woo.
Okay, I got one more thing I want to add, and then we can
proceed to apprehend it.
I want to add this one
last
minute thing.
Hi, how you doing?
How you doing, Dino and Reno?
We haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you.
Good to, yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you for dropping in. So there are, let me see, there's something else on here. Safe Haven. Okay, I think I shared this before about where the Federal Communications Commission has adopted a new set of rules aimed at providing privacy and financial support to people experiencing domestic violence who share a phone plan with their abuser.
Oh, yes, we talked, yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then how AI can help you fight robocalls. I was like, wow.
Well,
okay.
I'm like, wait a minute. What is this? This won't click. Okay.
All right. I think
you're ready.
Let me.
While TJ is doing that, what kind of tech gifts have you seen? Anybody watching or any, in here, what new tech gadgets or things have you seen that interest you this year?
Well, I have 3 tech gadgets you need for your dogs and cats.
Really?
Yeah, so let's see here.
The dog and cat can't just have what they normally get. Okay.
No, they can't. No, it's Christmas. Come on now.
Well, these are for people, they don't have children, so
there we go.
Of course. And if you're like me, sometimes I give my dog a little bit more than he actually needs. If that's also you, here are 3 tech gadgets for your pet. It lights up my life. Literally. Collars like these are so versatile, and the best part is they're rechargeable. Pet trackers help you know where your pet is at any given time. Some of them can also double as a fitness tracker. And with so many different options available, it's easy to find what works best for you, your pet, and your budget. Pet cameras are a great way to keep an eye on your furry friend when you're not home. Some of them are even interactive and let you play with them or give them a treat. I said the magic word, I must pay the fine. Good boy.
Okay. Let's see. And we got a couple of comments here. Good morning, Maureen. And Mark Dean says, so many challenges every single minute. Literally, how do you keep up without your head exploding?
Agree.
It changes all the time.
Mm-hmm. Wow, it's a lot going on.
Right. As you know, Mark is still dealing with the passing of Rupert.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Our heart goes out to you, Mark.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I'm ready. If you guys are, let me get back.
Yep. You need to put on seatbelts today, TJ, because
yeah. Well, see what it is that it's the end of the year, so they're dumping everything at once because people are going on vacation.
Mm.
Well, not vacation, holiday,
holidays,
holiday things.
Right.
Holiday celebrations.
Cool.
All right. Let's see. So, and a lot of things come in today.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because people trying to get it off, get it off their plate.
Yeah, well, see, people will be out of the office, or even if you're working from home, you're not going to be
working like that. Yeah.
So this is the week where whatever they're getting out, and Meta has a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Hopefully they're not going to confuse us while we try and talk to friends and family over there.
Meta does. Meta confuses people. That's their job. That's their job. Okay, so this week of social media news, let's start with Snapchat. And if I can scroll and find it. Okay. Snapchat is launched. Let me get this right. Snapchat launches Snapchat Plus gift membership for Christmas. Okay. You can gift someone a Snapchat Plus membership as their gift. Now, who would want that as their gift?
You would not. I would be looking at you different if you gave me a Snapchat.
Snapchat is 18.
I'm thinking my grandson would want that. He's a senior in high school.
There you go.
But does he use Terry? Does he use the plus features?
I don't know, but he uses the app.
Well, the plus is subscription, so if he's not subscribed, you can't use it.
So he must not have it because I'm sure he's not paying for anything.
Now you might want to give them a subscription because you can use it and buy it through Amazon.
Oh, snap. Okay. I was going to say, snap. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Snapchat's still around. Wow.
Yes, it has fans.
Snapchat has a dedicated fan base called Gen Z. If you're not Gen Z, you're not using it. Gen Z is using it, and they always have. So Snapchat is not dead. It's not going away. Everybody says that. And this is where I get into my little rant about tech journalists and people that write news about tech and stuff. And then they put it on ABC, NBC, you see it in the morning or wherever, and they just throw a headline out, Snapchat is dead, and that's stuck in your head. But if you are not the end user,
yes,
this doesn't apply. But see, where the genius is in this is that grandma and grandpa don't know what to get their tech kid.
Okay.
Grandkid. What do we get little Johnny, little whatever for Christmas? Here you go. Snapchat Plus. Okay, so Snap has announced that you can now purchase a Snapchat Plus subscription as a gift using Amazon. Here's the quote. Millions of Snapchatters are loving Snapchat Plus, our subscription tier that offers access to the latest features that help them customize their app experience and have even more fun with friends. Just in time for the holidays, Snapchat Plus subscriptions are now available in the US to purchase via Amazon. Now, there are more than 5 million people, Gen Z, paying Snap monthly. And what are they getting? They're accessing custom icons, in-app badges, color options, best friend pinning. I think My AI is in there, which is Snapchat's AI bot, and much, much more. Now, these things do not apply, or do they interest anybody that's over 30 or 35? Do you care what the color of your icon is? Do you care that you can have a custom icon? Do you care that you can make a Bitmoji with the all of those things? So that's what I mean when people say Snapchat is dead. It's dead for you if you are over 35.
Dean said Gen old.
And you laugh, but that is a category. That
Gen
is a category.
old.
Yes.
Gen old.
believe
They
that.
are saying Gen old, not, oh my gosh, not boomers anymore, Gen old. Okay.
But see, here's the thing. That's why I love to talk about generations so much. Hold on, I got a text message. I gotta respond.
Dean said, "Get your grandkids a stick and push them out the door to play."
So I mean, seriously, what do you get your grandchildren? Okay, let's let Terralina talk about this. What you just said,
the thing is, they have everything. They've got phones, they've got laptops and iPads, and last year I brought them the virtual optics thing. So now what do? I find this very helpful because I know that they're going to be using those electronics.
Right.
And I
you want to
know that
give them
he
something they
uses
want.
Snapchat.
You want to give them something you want. You don't want to give them socks or a robe or all of those things that we're like, okay, yeah, it's been.
I don't want that stuff.
Exactly. That's why I brought it up. Through the years, that's been the whole running joke. What do we get the grandkids? Because there's the disconnect. You may not see them all the time. And also there's the generational disconnect because the things they're doing are the things that you're not doing.
Right.
Unless you're watching the news or you're here listening to us, you have no idea.
Well, now
so
I saw this thing on TV where you could, on an app where you could put in people's, likes and hobbies and different things. They showed it on a couple of news segments, and it'll spit out ideas.
AI.
So you can go to Chat GPT and say suggest gifts for a 4-year-old or 80-year-old,
and they like this color and whatever.
And then it'll probably okay. Ooh.
So remember, this generation has never seen a corded land phone. They've never seen a VCR. They've never known what a cassette or a CD is. The list goes on. So here's the disconnect where the older generations are like, I don't understand Gen Z. Just realize that these are the things that are in their world. What was in your world as a teenager?
I don't know, but somebody need to ask me what I want and stop buying foolishness.
That's true. So here you go. If you know the rest of the year that your grandchildren, grandnephew, whatever it is, a child in this age bracket, or some of them adults. But if you know that they're constantly using Snapchat, don't just be angry at it. That is what they want. Give them the whole thing about holidays is that you're giving. You're not giving what you want. You're making sure the gift recipient is happy and likes what they're receiving. That's why I brought up the socks and the robes and the apples, the oranges, the cookies.
I'm just telling y'all now. Don't send me nothing I got to dust. Okay.
Dean said a stick. Dean said a stick was a toy back in the day.
I remember playing with a stick in the dirt. I remember that.
I remember riding a stick as a pony. Because I remember using a stick like a pony for to play outside because I
we use the stick in the dirt to draw the hopscotch.
Okay. Well,
now,
we did have chalk.
Okay, now when they take the stick and put a bow on it and put it under the tree
and freak somebody out.
You don't want to give it as a gift. I'm just saying, normal kid stuff. Okay, we're gonna play hopscotch. How do you do
imagination?
It?
Yeah, like a box. Kids play with boxes and are happy about it.
Yeah, babies play with pots and pans and boxes and things like that. But what we're talking about is giving this generation what they want instead of a lot of people going, why do they behave that way? Well, why did you behave the way you behaved when you was a teenager?
And AI will come up with things that we probably don't even know exist. So, it's a good tool.
Right. That's a good point. We're in a time where you don't have to rack your brain trying to figure out the answer to anything. Anything. There's AI, there's ChatGPT, there's GPT, whatever. You go to it, it's the little magic genie. How can I grant your wishes? Well, can you tell me how to plan a trip to Rome? Okay. And it does it. Whatever it is, you just have to think about, how do I want to ask the tool? How do I want to ask it? And it gives me the correct answer.
Okay. It's funny. Dean, all I want is a stick.
I got you, Dean. Okay.
All right, you're gonna get a stick in the mail.
It's better than a piece of coal.
That's right.
Coal in your stocking. Okay, so one more is Snapchat. Snapchat is launching their first virtual makeup drop for the Bitmoji. It will enable Snap users to use the makeup from ELF on their Bitmoji character. So you can give it new makeup, give it a fresh look with the latest from ELF. This ties into the previous story of this is what Gen Z does inside of social media apps. And not even social media apps, because we take it back to Fortnite and all of that other stuff where they would spend all the money dressing up an avatar.
Yeah, dressing up their avatars and stuff.
So let's take away for those that don't understand why they want to spend all this money on avatar. Do you remember paper dolls?
Yep.
This is an electronic version of that. I remember getting a Barbie something, and you get the book, and then it had the clothes, and you had to rip the clothes. You had to not rip, but it was perforated, and you would take it out, and it had the little tabs. And I would get mad if I ripped one of the tabs, because then the dress wouldn't sit on the paper doll correctly.
And you had the paper doll sitting up on something, and they
had yes. So this is what this is for this generation: paper dolls.
Oh, okay.
Entertainment, fun, enjoyment. They get to share with their friends. This is what they're doing on Snapchat. They do not go to the mall and hang out with the mall like in the 80s. You hang out in the mall with your friends in the 80s or wherever you hung out in real life. They don't do that. So they're hanging out in Snapchat, and they want to do all of the fun things inside of Snapchat. And these are some of the things that Snapchat is giving. Now, here's the key. You know that Snapchat does a lot of virtual stuff, which leads to in-app purchasing, right?
Right.
So just think about that. Right now, it might be for your Bitmoji, but it might be for you, the person that's doing it. Like they like that makeup, and boom, there's a little thing. Do you want to buy this lipstick? Do you want to buy this? And it's instantaneous.
And it's now going through Amazon to make the purchase.
Right. And Amazon is putting that close relationship with Snapchat together.
Okay.
Who else was doing? Oh, Meta. Was it Meta? We were saying Meta, you could buy stuff.
We were talking about Walmart and Target.
But Meta has something where you can go through and use Amazon as the
purchase.
I see.
As the card, instead of you putting a credit card in, you using Amazon, because you have most people have an Amazon. There's a lot of people that don't have it, but if you have Amazon Prime, that's one less thing to make you not buy, because you're already in Prime. It's already Prime shipping. It's already there. All you do is just tap a button and it comes to you. Or you have a voice assistant, and the voice now these things are coming to me and saying, do you're low on this, do you want to buy this? the new artist, the artist that you follow in Amazon Music has a new album. Do you know? So it's coming to me, and there'll be more things coming that way. And if there's already a tie-in with Amazon and social media through Gen Z, where they have their attention, everything's already set up. All they have to do is say yes or no.
Dean said, "I just bought a new paper suit and the tabs are broken."
Yeah, so I'm just trying to make it to where you understand what's going on with Snapchat and this generation. Snapchat is fun to use. I mean, they have lots of filters in it, because I will use it and take a picture with the filters of Snapchat and then save it to my camera roll, and I can go somewhere else and share it. Like I can share it on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or wherever I want.
And I think their filters are their facial filters are better.
Yes, they're the originators of these filters, and remember the halo and the dog ears and they're originators of that. So they had a jump start, but Meta copied them. But it's a thing. So, but just to understand what's going on with Snapchat. All right, so let me talk about there's one called Retro. This is new. I just saw today. Retro lets you create recaps of your most memorable photos and send the best ones as postcards. So Retro is an app that lets you share photos and catch up with long distance friends, family members, and everyone who matters in your life. So they have an update today. I will get to that, but I didn't know about this app. So Retro is founded by two former Instagram team members. So they worked at Instagram, they left, and now they made this app called Retro. So they're saying it's all about sharing memories with your loved ones. There was a couple other apps we talked about that was like sharing memories or something. I'm trying to remember which one it was. So you can't follow influencers on the app. There's no algorithmic feed, and you can't even capture photos with the app. There's no lurking, as everyone is encouraged to participate. So it looks like you are sharing photos from your camera app, and that's it. It says your small group of friends will receive a notification that they can check out your latest update. So that's kind of like the Be Real, where Be Real sent out the notification, everybody stop and take a photo. But they're not doing that. They're just sending notifications when you put up photos, and they all go out as cards.
Okay, so is this is really interesting. I was looking it up to see. It looks like Retro. This, and it's just. Is this where on on their website it's just like it says retro.app, and they're just like pictures. I think this is what Instagram was started to be, which was a place to post your pictures.
Right. So they're saying that they said so each friend's post appears as a card. When you open it, you can see all of this week's content from this specific friend. It's like a weekly story, a curated photo journal from your friends. By default, you can view your friends' last 4 weeks of photos if you also share some photos yourself. So you have to share photos in order to go backwards and see what they've shared like the weeks before. The quote is, our daily participation rate is 50%, which means that on any given day, over half of the people that visit Retro also post a photo or video on so they do video on Retro. Participation rate is so important to us because most platforms, even in their early stages, trend toward power laws where a small percentage of users post for the consumption of the majority of users. So that's from one of the co-founders of Retro. Now, I'm going to investigate this further, because I always tell you with apps, when new apps like Be Real came out and said, oh, we're not running ads and we're not going to ask you to pay. So how do you survive? Is Be Real surviving?
I don't know.
It might be around. I don't know. It dropped off a cliff. It was the hottest thing was it a year or two ago? One summer it was everywhere, and now it's not. So again, I want to check out this app because I want to see, are they planning on running ads, or are they going to do subscription? or they're not. I have, that's not in the article, so I didn't have really time to look at it, but I want to see where this goes, because one, we have app fatigue.
We do, we really do.
You're reluctant to download a new app. I download apps because I'm testing them and whatever, and they get lost in my phone. I'm like, oh, when did I download? Oh, I downloaded
Exactly.
that. So people use a handful of apps. The phones are designed to show you the ones you use the most. Makes sense. So it's easy to find. So if I download this retro, it's going to get lost in with the other ones.
And see, it out of sight, it's out of mind. If you don't use this thing, it'll be sucked up in the vortex somewhere. You're not.
Yes, exactly. So
that means you have to pull this out and use it, and it has to catch your attention enough for you to use it over and over and over again.
And this has a friends level where, because you're not following people, there's no feed.
I don't get it. It looks a lot like what comes up on my Facebook thing.
So this is like I mean, people do this in WhatsApp or Messenger or whatever message they use now. So why would I get out of that with my close friends? Even Apple Message or whatever you're using, you already have a friends group,
right? Exactly. And you can send your photos to the people in your contacts.
They're already there. So why would I get out of that and use this retro? So that's what I was trying to figure out. What is the appeal?
Oh, it nudges you once a week.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But what if I turn off my notifications, which I will do? I personally turn them off. So how are they going to get my attention? I'm just trying to figure it out. And this takes more investigation. And Dean has some great thoughts there. Comments.
It says retro is a friends only photo journal that helps you build an epic retrospective of the year by choosing a few of your favorite photos each week. I'm with you, TJ. It seems like it's going on all these other places.
And because I'm reading in here why we started retro, and I'm like, okay,
you know what I mean?
You can say why, but is there a need?
Yeah, that's true.
I can say I want to start a French fry stand here in New York. Is there a need? Or a cart or a food truck? Is there a need?
The new postcards.
I can do it, but is there a need? Is there an audience? So,
I'm with you. I don't see a need for this.
So
Dean has a couple of.
Yeah, I put this is the last one, but if you remember where he was, you can bring it up.
Okay, no, that was okay. He asked your thoughts on bots on social media, like to bot post. Okay.
My thoughts on using bots. You mean using AI? Because that's two different things. Now we got AI and we got bots. They're kind of the same, but they're kind of different. So I wanted to get some clarification on that first.
And then he says here, more and more people are moving to own communities.
Yes.
SMS and email.
Yep, we talked about a little bit about that on Tuesday, but we talk about that all the time on Tuesdays about media.
The narrowing. This sentence may, because I didn't get it the first time. I thought it was going to be a digital postcard, but evidently it says the new postcards feature prints and ships your photo as postcards to anyone in the world, making it easy to send a physical photo as it is to send a digital photo.
So this is what retro is saying that they're going to do?
And it says right now, check this out. Postcards are free through the holidays. So that's where the money's coming from. After the holidays, I guess they're going to start.
They're going to have to charge.
Yeah, the first one is free.
Yeah.
So they're basically going back to old school where they print your
when they hook
it and send a postcard
Yeah.
like you would also
So you're hooked.
wish you were here and send a postcard.
Exactly.
Can you do this with Google Photos? If you're using Google, doesn't Google Photos have a thing? I've seen it where you can print and
printed.
send and
Okay, but see, I see where they're going because Google Photos has not made it
convenient,
evident that you can do that. I know Apple, if that was a feature in Apple, snap your photo and make it a postcard and send it to whomever you like, and we'll just charge your Apple account. Right. They haven't done that.
Okay.
These people are trying to.
But see, here's the hurdle. I gotta know about this app, and I gotta want it, and I gotta use it.
So marketing is going to be really key for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Dean's comments.
Yeah, he was saying AI bots to post automatically.
Okay, so there's some layers there, and one of the stories I have next is LinkedIn. There's a layer. Okay, so you have chat bots, and chat bots work as an automatic response to a message, and they do this in Messenger, and they do this in Instagram. And you could say, hey, if you've ever seen a post on Instagram and they go something, they post the photo and say, oh, this offer, you can get this offer, comment the word tickets. To get tickets, comment the word tickets in the comments or send me a DM with the word tickets. That is a chat bot that's set up as logic statements to when somebody sees your post and does the instructions, they send them the thing, the link, the whatever it is. That's a chat bot. Now you have bots. Right now we have AI bots that post automatically, but they're not integrated into any platform yet. I use a bunch of Chrome extensions that's GPT based. One of them, when I go into Facebook and I go into LinkedIn and I go other places on the desktop, not on my phone, on the desktop, there's little buttons for me to push that say, and matter of fact, let me bring up one now so I can read it to you. It will say, hold on, I want to bring it up so I can read it exactly. I could see somebody's post, and I've done this. I haven't done so. Let me get into it because I'm confused in it. All right. So when I go in on the desktop and I go to Facebook.com and I see a post, somebody's one of my friends is a book publisher and they have a book out, and I have my new book. So when I go into the write a comment box for Facebook, Facebook has its own little things that pop up that say congratulations, happy birthday. Have you seen those little bubbles?
Yes.
That's also chat GPT-esque, but you could type, you could click on those and it will put congratulations in and you could just go about your way. But I have one that says supportive comment, inquisitive comment, appreciative comment, and then I have a create button where I can make my own prompt. That is GPT based. So, okay. So for example, I have someone that said they had the book signing for the book. If I don't know what to say, I could, and I've done this, I've just to experiment. I could click on supportive comment. It's right now, it says it's generating a comment, and I'm going to read you the comment. What an enchanting evening it was, filled with warmth despite the cold. So proud to see Artist Paradise being celebrated. Can't wait for the next event. The magic is just beginning. And then it puts some hashtags in there. So I think this post, it looks at the content of the post. So she was saying that she had a party for the book signing. And then, she says, thank you, stay tuned. It was magical, poetry, whatever it is. So this add-on that I have that does it will look at the content of the post, what the person typed in, and it will generate a comment based on what's in the post. And I could use it or not. Now, remember we said about ChatGPT when you use it, you don't copy and paste, but it's doing it here. So I clicked on inquisitive comment. It says, thrilled to hear the book signing was a magical experience. Could you share more details on the next event, both virtual and in person? Can't wait to be a part of it, and then put some hashtags in there. So I could use these, doctor them up, and make it sound like me, because I didn't have an idea of what to say as a response, other than congratulations. You know, the stock answers.
Yeah, which don't care. You know, it's just like, okay, I need to say something. So I'm gonna say congratulations, but this will make you sound like you care.
Right. So I've looked at that. That one's called Merlin. And then I could, if I wanted to, I could go into create and make a prompt that. But I've used it a couple of times, but I've never posted the comment, so to speak. I just wanted to see what it would spit out for me.
What it would come up with, yeah.
Right, what it would say.
So, and so I think LinkedIn does a better job with the response comments on there. You know what I mean? They give you more than just congratulations, happy birthday, and some stuff.
Right, but see, now we're getting into where GPT is doing it instead of whatever system they put into. Like I said, Meta has one. They've always had it. If it's a happy birthday post and you type the comments, it will pop up happy birthday with all the little emojis, and you pick one. But this one is going a little further. So what's happening is, and this goes back to when I said about GPT, that people were using it and just straight copying and pasting, and it sounds like a bot. Well, you got to be careful with this. You got to be careful. This is always to generate an idea of, I don't know what to say other than congratulations, happy birthday, that's great, or you know what I'm saying? Those stock answers.
Right. And see, I could not imagine you talk about this was a magical warm, and that is not TJ. I was like,
right. So I use it, and when I use it on the desktop, which is rarely, but when I use it, and like I wouldn't do it for that because I know her personally, so I would say something personal. But if it was somebody that I'm friends with on Facebook, that is a business situation, and I don't want to say that's awesome. It's, you say the same, and everybody says it in the comments. That's great. That's awesome. That's wonderful. Well, you sometimes you want to say something that is stand out, but you don't have the time or you can't think. So GPT to the rescue, and I say doctor it up. So that's what I'm saying with posting comments. It's going that way. Now I have an add-on in Chrome, but LinkedIn is putting that inside of LinkedIn. What I just described, it's not there yet.
Okay,
that's gonna be nice. Dean says, agreed. AI is not fully ready for prime time, as is for most application. Awesome support and inspiration, but not a full replacement for human connection. Not that it should be, but it is getting better every day.
See that, and that's where we are in. It's saving time, but a lot of people just use it as is,
and they're getting lazy.
And nothing's going to stop that. How are you going? I saw this week people commenting on threads about people using AI, not AI, people, because there's different things. Chat GPT or GPT to make comments, because this is a way to spam. Spam has always been there. Now it's easier if you let technology spam for you.
And that's why in one of the stories we did last week, they were running stuff to check for spam.
Yes.
To see if it was.
Yes, and about this, the threads and the tags, which is not hashtags but tags. We're going to get into a little bit of it, but let me get into LinkedIn, because that what we're talking about LinkedIn is doing. So first, let me get this one out in the way. LinkedIn is launching guide to creating to provide more tips for members. They have they've changed the name of their LinkedIn for Creators profile to LinkedIn Guide to Creating, to refocus its effort on guiding creators within the app. Here's the quote from LinkedIn. We've been actively listening to your feedback and are evolving to better meet your needs. This community's fantastic insights on the content you want more of, such as tips on driving engaging conversations, carving out your own niche, and investing in yourself, are part of what has guided this change. So they've changed it. They have a creator. They're trying to do like an influencer creator section within LinkedIn, which is the newsletter and a couple other things. So they just changed the name. And I guess they're trying to get more people to use it or understand what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what's going on with that. Now, LinkedIn is also, and did I not put it here? Oh, I did not put it here. Okay, another part of this LinkedIn for creators is duplicate draft templates. You can streamline your creation process of a newsletter by replicating previous newsletter format. So instead of doing it from scratch, you can use they're saying you can use a past example as the format, and that makes more consistency when you're creating a newsletter. And also they're putting out newsletter analytics with that. Okay, now I didn't post. I wanted to talk about this. Hold on real quick. Let me see if I can find it because I didn't post it. About the LinkedIn and the what was it? Not Chat GPT, GPT comments. Let me see. Let me find it real quick. Okay. I've lost it. But LinkedIn is doing something where it's going to be inside of LinkedIn, and I've lost the article. Now I'm not getting it. I'm getting other things. Hold on, let me look real quick. Let me see if I can get it real quick. LinkedIn. Nope, that's the guide to creating. And I've lost the article. But it's something about LinkedIn putting LinkedIn is going to put in the responses, the Chat GPT responses inside of the app. I cannot find it. I saw it today. Okay, when I find it, I will post it. But LinkedIn is starting to be like they want to be the first one to get on this wave. And I brought it up before that we were going to see GPT text to prompt inside of the social media app, because right now it's outside. It's in Chat GPT, it's in Bing, and they're calling themselves Copilot or whatever, Bing Chat to Copilot. So they're bringing it in-house, kind of like. And I saw the story where LinkedIn is doing it. Dean says, been a LinkedIn creator for a few years now, mostly to be able to live stream. Glad they're still working on it all. Yes. So when you switch your profile, there's something you have to do to your profile to get this creator status, and you get you get live streaming, you get the audio streaming, you get newsletter access, and a bunch of other things. But I think there's something on your profile that you have to click, and you get access to all of these cool things. A lot of people don't know about it, but Dean is on it. So, but LinkedIn, I read today, and I can't find the article. I thought I copied it into my software, where they're testing that. They're testing that fact. And wait a minute. It may not be LinkedIn. I might have it mixed up. Let me check. It's not LinkedIn. It's Meta. So we'll get to that. So it's not LinkedIn. It's Meta. I was thinking it was LinkedIn, but it'll come to LinkedIn soon. Just get ready for when you go into an app and you don't know what to say. There's going to be more detailed prompts. And there's going to be a button that says, don't know what to say, hit this, and it's going to generate your comment.
Nice.
Or it will generate your caption. Get ready for it. It'll probably be here next year. Because Meta, I saw this today. I said Meta's already doing it. They're already testing it. So if you don't like to talk about Chat GPT, GPT text to prompts, image to prompts, you're not going to be happy next year because it's going to be even more places that you frequent.
Oh my gosh.
So, and it's all about shortcuts. So, like I said, with the Chrome extensions and there's many Chrome extensions that do it. I have too many. I have to get rid of them. But this one called Maryland will go in to it will go in where the comment or the creation part of a post is and help you out rather than being outside of the platform. If you get what I'm saying. Okay, so let's go on. We got I'm gonna say Meta for last because they got too much stuff going on. YouTube is now letting you pause comments on videos. So they have a new comment moderation setting called pause, letting creators and moderators prevent viewers from adding new comments, yet keep existing comments on the videos. So instead of you turning off comments completely, you can do this new pause, or even when you have comments hold to review, you could just stop it in the middle. Like you have say you have a video that's like a week old or something, and there's been like a couple of comments, but then something happens and you want to pause it. You don't want any more comments because maybe they're negative or whatever. So the default setting was turn comments off completely, which makes some people angry, by the way, when you turn off comments. On controversial videos, some people have turned off, and some people I've followed has said, this video I've turned off comments because it was something political or something, you know what I mean? So they turn the comments off completely, and it said comments are off or comments unavailable, something like that. But it's making some people angry when they watch the video because they can't comment.
Yeah.
So can you guess who the people that are angry? The ones that have something negative and hateful to say. So this is one of the options. So it's the pause option is located on the video level comment section in the upper right hand corner of the comments panel on either the watch page in the app or in YouTube Studio. When pause is turned on, viewers can see under the video that you paused all comments as well as comments that have already been published. Hold on, let me check. I think that is scam call. Okay, so that's what's going on with YouTube. So the quote from YouTube: say hello to a new moderation setting for your channel. Pause comments. In addition to on and off, you can now pause comments. Existing comments will remain visible. New comments will be disabled, giving you more flexibility and control. So that is from YouTube. They want to give you more flexibility. Now let's go to Bing, Microsoft Bing. So Microsoft has their Copilot, and I thought I put this in here, and I didn't. Yes, I did. Okay, so Microsoft Copilot, formerly Bing Chat. Remember we talked about this? They're changing the name, so now it leaves public preview, and now is generally available, which is a stupid headline. Like it's either available or not. Microsoft, it's not generally available. So as you know, Bing came out in February because in answer to ChatGPT and all these GPT things came out. So then they changed the name from Bing Chat to Copilot. So now they're saying that it has left the public preview stage, and it means that you can use it. How do you use it? You have to go to copilot.microsoft.com and you have to sign in with your Microsoft account. So if you want to try it, you can try it. So it is available. So this is the unclear part of it. They're saying that it's available with commercial data protection at no additional cost for people and businesses who are subscribed to the company's Microsoft 365 commercial and educational plans. So if you have a commercial Microsoft 365 account or an educational Microsoft 365 account, it's available.
So it is limited.
That's where the generally part, which is stupid. I'm
That's
like,
the definition. Yeah.
So they're saying businesses that if you've already been using Copilot during the public preview, you don't have to do anything else. So if you're interested, go to copilot.microsoft.com, take a look, have fun with it. I didn't have time to sign up. I was like, I don't have time for the shenanigans.
Exactly.
Microsoft.
I'm like, really?
And one more from Microsoft. They are trying something called Deep Search. Deep Search. It's a new Bing feature that takes the hassle out of coming up with your own AI prompt. Called Deep Search. Takes your Bing query, which is now Copilot, Microsoft, get it together, and expands on it, allowing the search engine to find answers about several topics related to your question on the web. So they're saying that it's a deeper search.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the search was already deep, but Microsoft saying, hey,
it's going to help us.
So they're saying that a search may expand and include descriptions of whatever the descriptions of the query. And GPT-4 will attempt to find all the possible intents of a query. Make it plain, Microsoft. Whatever topic Bing's come up with will be displayed in a panel on the search engine page. You can choose which one best fits what you're looking for. Deep Search will curate the search results by ranking them according to how well they match the comprehensive description. Okay, so there you go. This is an experiment that's only available to a small group of users anyway. So Microsoft, thanks for confusing.
There you go.
Right. So if you care about Microsoft, there you go. And then speaking of AI, let's talk about this real quick. There is a breakthrough interface that will allow ChatGPT access using your thoughts.
What? I don't understand what that sentence means. Say that in English.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
This may be a little technical, so hold on.
Okay.
Mind Portal Inc. has a non-invasive optical BCI that allows human thoughts to navigate ChatGPT. Now, according to the statement from the CEO of Mind Portal, the solution represents a breakthrough for the brain-computer interface industry. Quote, for the first time, we have successfully enabled telepathic communication between humans and AI. We're enabling telepathic communication, ensuring humanity thrives alongside AI, artificial intelligence. Now, what's a BCI? Brain-computer interface. It's a system that analyzes brain signal activity in real time in order to convert the physiological signals into the user's intended commands to power external devices. BCI are neurotechnology devices powered by AI that offers hope to those with disabilities by enabling users to use thoughts to control external devices. And they're using this as an example to control robotic limbs, communicate via speech synthesizers. Think what was the guy that couldn't speak? Stephen Hawkins. That kind of thing. Move cursors on computing devices and more applications. Now, BCIs can be invasive or non-invasive solutions. Now, remember, Musk has this Neuralink thing that he wants to put an implant in your brain.
Yeah, about
That's
2 years ago we saw
solution.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, we did a segment on that.
Right. But what Mind Portal is talking about is a non-invasive optical sensor BCI that harnesses the pattern recognition capabilities of AI machine learning to decode full sentences versus individual words in real time. Whew. Okay, so I know that was technical.
Well, that was a mouthful. Let's put it that way.
So you're going to be able to have a device that is non-invasive, probably, I'm thinking glasses, or they didn't elaborate. I'm thinking glasses. That's non-invasive. That's going to read your brain thought waves and put that into chat GPT and other things to control devices without you having to type or speak. Does that make sense?
In other words, it's going to read my mind and do it.
Yes, you will not have to speak it. You will not have to type it. You just think it. Brainwaves.
Okay. And I can see where that would be great for like paraplegics.
Yes,
and
that's what that was the focus of this, for people with disabilities like that. That's why I brought up Stephen Hall, because remember, he was in the wheelchair and he could not type, but he spoke. The thing spoke to him. I don't know how it worked, but he would speak through this electronic voice thing, and because he was, a famous scientist, very intelligent, he still had things to say, but his body wouldn't allow him to speak or walk or hold a thing or whatever. I think he had something that used eye tracking movements. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But that's where it was being developed for, but it'll be useful for everybody if you want to. Now, this is non-invasive. Now, the scary thing about Musk's thing is he want to put it in your brain. He want to put a chip in your brain. Does anybody want that?
Well,
Elon Musk?
It depends on what you're promising the individual and what their needs are.
No, Elon Musk wants to put a chip in your head. Elon Musk.
I repeat.
I hear that, I don't want no parts of it. No, not this guy. No.
Okay.
I wouldn't even, if it was Steve Jobs or what's the other guy in Microsoft? I can't think of his name. The founder of Microsoft. Even if it was those guys.
Gates? What are you talking about?
Yeah, Bill Gates. I know Steve Jobs is dead. I'm just throwing out names like that. I still wouldn't do it. It's going in my brain. Who's signing up for that? Show of hands.
Well, if you are incapacitated,
no. You're the way you are now. You're the way you are now.
No. I'm not even signing up for. Remember, they had the little thing where you could wave your hand. They implanted your hand.
That I want. That's Amazon Go. No, I want that. No, I want that.
I'm gonna be
ma'am. I want that one. The one, the hand. Did you know? Speaking of that, Amazon is partnering with I've got to go back and double check. But when you go, because here in New York, when you have office building, you need a pass to get in, and you have a plastic pass, and it's going to be in your hand, and you just wave your hand, and you come in through the electronic gate.
Which is the same thing as the bus thing. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of it being a lanyard or a plastic card that you slap down, it's going to be your hand.
We talked about that like 3 years ago.
Yeah, so Amazon is Amazon is partnering with a lot of businesses to provide that service. So
to keep the line moving, huh?
Right. So and I always remember, because I had to do that to get into our building here, our government, when I was working at for the federal government. I think a couple times I didn't have my pass, and it's like you can't come in, so I got to call somebody to come down and get me in.
Yeah,
they like the security guards are like you could, and they know me. They knew me, and they still
they wasn't doing it.
I left my pass. I left my slap me in, and like
I think the reason why they wouldn't do it, TJ, was because they didn't know if we had been fired from the time.
You're right. I'm not faulting them. I know the reason why.
You're right. They would not.
Because I worked in the building with the IRS. I know they wasn't letting me in. I knew that. It's just frustrating. Because then I got a call, a coworker or something. Can you come down and let me in? Can you come down from the 40th floor and let me in? So. No, I wasn't mad with them. I knew that's their job. And this was years ago, so I know it's different now.
Yeah,
I know
it probably is, I'm sure.
When I was there, George Bush was on the wall. So they put the government building, they put the current president photo on the wall. So I remember George Bush, not the first one, the son. Because I used to hate looking at that. But that's another thing. Okay. So this BCI It's exciting because they're doing non-invasive. So it could be a device, and I'm thinking like glasses because it would have to touch your head. So that makes
sense. Yeah.
Okay, but are you scared? Is it scary using your thoughts? Because that's what this is. It's going to use your thoughts to control external devices. And also ChatGPT.
Bring every thought into captivity. That's all.
Okay, so I got a couple more. I know it's we're running out of time as always. But here, let's talk about, since we've been talking about Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon Q, and this is their thing they announced thing. This is their AI tool that they announced, the generative AI tool that they announced. I believe it was last week we talked about it. The generative AI assistant is hallucinating and leaking confidential data.
Excuse me?
Yes,
it's hallucinating.
Well, okay. So remember, and well, you may not remember. So when ChatGPT came out, and then we were like, be careful of. Remember, we were saying, do not copy and paste because it's inaccurate because it is a computer program trying to fulfill a request. It cannot tell you no, so it will make up things. It cannot tell you no because you gave it a request. That is the whole basic of computing and programming, is that you give it a request, a command. It's a command, whatever language, there's different computer languages, but you give it a command and it must perform the command. That's how it works. So now we're in a space where we're asking it things. It may not have the capability or the access to find exactly what it is. Because I'm not privy to how the back end of ChatGPT works, but it must return something to you. So it has access to all of this data, large language models. Remember, I said think of a library with thousands of books. So it goes and looks into each book and it put things together. And it's like, well, that's kind of close. I have to fill in a blank. So let me get this book that doesn't make any sense and let me throw that in, or whatever it is. It has to complete the task. It has to give you 100% result. It cannot give you a 80% and I can't figure out the rest. So here 80%. It can't do that. It has to give you 100%. So that's where the hallucination come from. So let's get back to this. So now Amazon wants this Amazon Q to work with enterprise level. Enterprise is Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Nike, that kind of level. So those people are not happy. They're not happy. So here's the quote. Some employees are sharing feedback through internal channels and ticketing systems. No security issue was identified as a result of the feedback. We appreciate all the feedback we've already received and will continue to tune Q as it transitions from being a product and preview to being generally available. Here's that generally. They love that word. So that's a spokesperson from Amazon. So
that is code for you ain't getting it. Go ahead.
So basically what it is, Amazon Q ain't ready for prime time. It's not ready for corporate usage. Here's a quote from the CEO of some consulting firm. He says, if hallucinations are present, you cannot use it for decision making in a corporate setting. Duh. It's fine for personal use or obtaining information, but not for decision making processes. So Q is not ready. Amazon knows it. They put it out anyway.
I was looking at an article earlier today talking about, and they were talking, it's over on YouTube or somewhere. They were talking about the fact that Amazon is going to be training 20,000 people on this AI stuff, on their query. And they're going to share those individuals across, what did you call them, enterprises?
Yeah, enterprises, corporate level.
Because they're saying
government, corporate level stuff.
There are not enough people trained, and so they're going to do it for free. But you know, free ain't free, TJ.
So here's the deal. GPT, generative AI has limitations.
Mm-hmm.
As you use the product, those limitations, those bugs are being worked on. This is why.
Hi, Carlos.
Here's a complaint. People say ChatGPT, as of December 8th, 2023, does not work as it did when it was out the box November 30th, 2022. That's because in the last 12 months, you were a beta tester. While you were putting in stuff in ChatGPT and having fun, Sam and those guys was in the back rewriting the code. Well, they can't do this. Rewrite the code. Well, we can't have this. Rewrite the code. You cannot ask that. Rewrite. So the ChatGPT we have today is not the one that was born. Think of a baby. What's a 1-year-old baby look like versus a newborn? Okay, that's what's happening. So as you use it, as it grows, they must give it new clothes. That's the only way I could put it. So a lot of people aren't happy with that they can't do the things that they wanted to do. Remember, it's a tool. So some people want to do bad things with it, nefarious, hateful, cracking government code, all those things, the hackers, and they want to do one thing with generative AI, and we want to do happy things. We want to make images of your unicorns and rainbows and mashups of zebras and things, and stuff with balloons. We want to be happy.
Yes.
So that's what's happening. It's a tool that's evolving, and OpenAI is the parent that's trying to, don't let the kid stick that finger in the socket. Don't you have to childproof your home when you have a toddler?
Yes.
They're starting to walk. They're getting into the flour. They're getting into the pots and pans. They're putting their hand into the toilet. Got to get a lock for the toilet. So then when the adults come over, they're like, what the heck? I just want to go to the bathroom. Well, we got to put that there, and then you got to put a gate. If you have second floor, you got to put a gate so they don't go through the steps. All of those things is what's happening with generative AI.
So, Carlos has some comments.
Go ahead, Carl. Hey, Carlos.
He said, ChatGTP and I are getting married.
Somebody's gonna do it. Watch.
I identify as AI romantic. Okay. And then he says, then Bart tried to come in and
I forgot about that. Yes, the new Gemini, because we talked about that at the beginning of the show, Carlos. So the things that Carlos is saying is somebody gonna marry ChatGPT, somebody gonna marry it. Watch, the craziest things will happen because we're in a crazy time. I don't know what to tell you, but you better not rely 100% on what ChatGPT and all the other GPI things spit out. And people are doing that. All right, let's move on. I got a couple more. So TikTok owner ByteDance is launching custom AI chatbot creation tools. So here comes TikTok with their chatbot. So they're working on an open platform that will allow users to create their own chatbots as the company races to catch up with ChatGPT, who has the GPT, which is the special custom chat GPTs. So this bot development platform will be launched as a public beta by the end of this month. That's what they're saying. So they have a new company strategic vision to explore new generative AI products and how they can integrate with the existing ones. Okay, so they're already working on a text to image generator similar to Midjourney. This will all be inside of TikTok.
Wow.
So if you TikTok, if you like it, there you go. There's gonna be more stuff. Hold on. We got a whole bunch of stuff. Meta. All right. So Meta. Let's start with Meta has launched new initiatives to establish AI safety regulation. They have a new initiative designed to establish agreed parameters around cybersecurity considerations with their large language models and generative AI tools. called Purple Llama, based on their own Llama LLM. The Llama and LLM is the model. Think library.
Okay.
So the project aims to bring together tools and evaluations to help the community build responsibly with open generative AI models. So that's what they're working on, and they're doing this because remember, the White House has a new AI safety directive that is asking all of these technology companies to establish standards and tests to make sure the AI systems are secure and to protect users and people, blah blah blah. So Meta's doing their part. Now, on the other side of that, Meta is adding more generative AI tools. So one, they're doing an imagine text, imagine text to image tool available inside of the app. They're also allowing you to customize the visuals in stream. Now, let me explain that. Let me get some water before I do that. If you use ChatGPT to make DALL-E images, you can go in and start a chat and say, create an image of a zebra with a top hat sitting on top of a cake. What I'm just throwing things out there. And then it will make the prompt for that, and it will create the image. And then you go in and you say, okay, make the top hat an umbrella, and it will do that, and it will spit out the new image. Okay, change the cake to a car. It will. So you see the process, you're refining it. So Meta is allowing you to do that within the app. So you'll be able to create text to image, just like if you use Midjourney, it will be like that. Or if you use DALL-E within ChatGPT or Bing, not Bing, Copilot, that's the same thing. Meta's doing it. Okay. So it's an imagine and reimagine functionality will be inside. You will be able to share these images to people on Facebook and possibly Instagram. They're just showing Facebook, probably Instagram too. They're also rolling out generative AI responses for posts. This is the thing I was talking about earlier with the Chrome extension that I have that does it for me, but this will be in app. When you're writing a post, you will see a button that says write with AI. You tap it, and then you it says describe how to edit your text. You type in your text prompt, and then it will spit out the responses, just like I said earlier with the Chrome extension that I use. That's what they're going to do. And what you'll do is you'll tap on what the AI says, and it posts as a post or a comment.
Wow.
You won't have to think about what to say. You'll just put in some words, or write me a post about the weather. But whatever it is, the AI will do it inside of the app. Okay, are we getting that?
Yes.
So generative AI responses for posts, AI ideas for your Facebook dating profile, AI assistant tools for groups, suggested replies in DM, and more. So what do we think about that? That's a small thing. I don't think a lot of people got it because I didn't hear anything about this on the news. So this is inside of the app. What do we think of that?
Well, Carlos says, Chatty and I haven't met yet, but we're online dating. That's what this sounds like. It sounds like.
You know what? Saying that, there's a movie called Her. Does anybody remember? I didn't see it. It's a movie called
I didn't
Her.
see it. I saw it. I saw the title.
Is it Joaquin? How do you say his name? Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson, and she's the AI thing, and he's like in love with her or something. I gotta watch that movie now. So that's what this is.
Okay.
That's what this is, because you're going to be able to use it for your Facebook dating profile if you do dating. So what does this mean? Meta is doing this now, but look for it if you're in what are the dating apps? Bumble, Timber, whatever the name. What are those apps?
You saw the ad for Match.
Match. It's going to be in there. because people have trouble creating a dating profile.
They do.
Because the dating profile is how you get picked.
Yes.
So this will be in your apps, dating apps, Meta. What's next? What app do you use the most? Think about it. That you have to communicate or say something online. It's going to be in there, and you won't have to think about writing a post. Think about writing a comment. It will be right there in the app. So this is Meta. I was thinking it was LinkedIn, but it's Meta. Meta is also testing AI tools for creative composition, like an option to convert images from landscape to portrait for stories. They're also adding new safeguard elements like invisible watermarking to track generative AI content. And I mentioned this one week we were here, that's what they need to do about the watermark, because right now the social media apps ask you to self-identify. They ask you if this is AI, if this is an AI image, or if this is AI, a written book, or whatever it is, you have to say that it is. And I said that people aren't going to do that. So now Meta has something on their end, the back end, code-wise, that automatically puts a watermark that says this was AI generated. So they're doing it. I knew they could do it. So now they're doing it. And what that means, if Meta's doing it, look for it everywhere else.
Right.
Eventually. Okay. So also Meta is launching they're doing end-to-end encryption by default on Messenger. I know people ask for that. It's an extra layer of security provided by end-to-end encryption. It means that the content of your messages and calls with friends and family are protected from the moment they leave your device to the moment they reach the receiver's device. That means that nobody, including Meta, can see what's sent or said unless you choose to report a message to us. Now, there is some pushback on this because the government is saying, okay, we don't want that because we won't be able to access any information that's vital to national security.
Correct.
Okay, so think about that. But this is messenger chats. Yeah. So also they're doing edit message for up to 15 minutes after you send them, like WhatsApp. Disappearing messages last for 24 hours, like WhatsApp. Read receipt controls, like WhatsApp. So whatever is happening in WhatsApp is now in Messenger. Okay. But there is a call from the UK. Our government hasn't said anything, but the UK government is mad because they're saying that this limits them on how the police can investigate and prevent child abuse and other crimes. Okay, so this is the conundrum, but Meta has done it. Speaking of that, they're also removed cross-app messaging between Facebook and Instagram. Now, here's the quote. Beginning in mid-December 2023, you will no longer be able to chat with Facebook accounts on Instagram. Once cross-app communication isn't available, you won't be able to start new conversation or calls with Facebook accounts from Instagram. They're saying that any existing cross-app chats will become read-only. So that means they're archived, but they're not active. Okay, so now remember, there was a whole push for Meta, Facebook, to put all of their messaging together, and now they're breaking it up. Why? Because of the EU and their rules, their privacy rules. So Meta has to do things to fit within the EU guidelines. It kind of affects us in the US, even though we're not in the EU. Does that make sense? All right. And so Threads is rolled out topic tags to all users globally. They've been testing them in selected markets. So what's going on with these topic tags? They're not hashtags. They're topic tags, which are like hashtags. They help guide conversations in the app and drive more topical engagement around whatever subject you like. So it's a way of categorization, but it is not hashtags. So here's the rules. You can only add one tag per post. You can't slap on 1 million hashtags to be spammy. You have to manually add a tag within the composer, so you can't copy and paste the same post and have the tag be active. You can create a topic tag of multiple words with spaces so they fit more naturally, as opposed to inserting the hashtag symbol, breaking up your sentence. This is from the article. Once you add a tag, your post can then be more easily found based on that specific subject. Though all mentions of the same keyword will also show up in the same search stream, whether they've been topic tagged by the creator or not. Also, the search stream cannot be sorted chronologically. Meta says they can't do that because, here's the quote, having a comprehensive list of every post with a specific word in chronological order inevitably means spammers and other bad actors pummel the view with content by simply adding the relevant tags or words. So they are trying to give people hashtag like structure, but they don't want people to spam it. And if you haven't been on X at all, when there's a popular hashtag on the trending topics, and you click on the trending topics expecting to see a hashtag about, say, Taylor Swift, and you click on it, you're going to see every post that has that hashtag. But see, people who are spammers have nothing to do with Taylor Swift. They're trying to sell you some gummies, or they're trying to sell you what you know what I mean. The other thing, the spammers, they use that hashtag, so you get to see everything. There's no different between somebody who's a fan of Taylor Swift and somebody who's spamming because they want to get in front of the eyeballs because it's a trending topic. So Meta is trying to alleviate that by not giving us hashtags, but giving us this tags. I have not used it yet, so I will see what goes on. But I saw a couple of people that they're not really happy with it. But I'm like, well, what can you do? What can you do? So that is what is going on this week.
Wow.
A lot. And let me make sure I got it all. Let me make sure. I think we got it all, even the retro. Right. Last minute ad. Let me see. Oh, wait, one more from Instagram. I'm sorry. Let me get this one in. Instagram has tested a new hype option to encourage engagement with stories. So you'll see a new hype option enables you to post a comment to a story that other users then can also see in stream. So hype comments are displayed on your story so that anyone else who views your update can see what others are saying. So I believe this is going to be like you can pin a comment in TikTok somewhere in a video. I think that might be what this is. Again, I haven't seen it, so if I see it or if anybody sees it, let me know. And that is the last social media news update for this week. And as I said before, this is the end of the year. A lot of companies are winding down, so they dump everything that they're going to dump before the new year comes. So
on the news cycle, so we can
yes, the updates. What the new stuff? Let's get it all out because now people are on holiday break.
Wow. Okay. Well, TJ, that
was
it was good. It was good. I'm just over.
There's much more, but that's
I know there is.
That's what we can handle. I don't even get into the AI, like the major AI. There's so many tools updates we can't. So
and everybody's on it, so everybody's got something going on.
But those are the things I think we should, that we should know and pay attention to.
Thank you so much, TJ.
You're welcome.
Wow. I just want people to know.
Was there any questions or was it too much?
Oh, let me see. No, but I think that Dean did give us some comments about when you were talking about the creator thing.
Yes.
He says that he's been linked in
he's a creator
for several years. Mostly able to what did he say, live stream. Glad we can still work on it all. And then he goes on to say, yep, just switch your profile, because someone was asking about how do you do it. And he said, yes, just switch your profile to creator mode in your profile settings.
Yeah.
And does he have something else he says?
Oh, he's saying he has to go.
Yeah. Yep. And then we got something down here says there's a new comment. Barbara Montgomery says, be safe, everybody.
Hey, Barbara.
So with that, we're ready to wrap up. We want to remind everybody that if you're looking to become a part of BizChicks, you can text Biz to 33777, or you can find us over at bizchicks.net. I want to remind everybody to follow TJ online. She is on Terry Johnson online, and I'm going to put that. It's running across the bottom of the screen so that you can find her.
Yeah, Terry Johnson online everywhere, your favorite platform.
And if you have a question, you can send it there to terryjohnsononline.com info. So we just want to remind everybody that, hey, we're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Tech Weekly and that you'll be here again next week. We'll see you in the meantime. BizChicks will see you Monday. And we wish you a great weekend and a happy holiday. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you again, TJ. Thank you, Fran.